Hey there, welcome to my super corny, super cheesy, my first video on YouTube. As an intro to my channel here, which is going to be primarily to start about my weight loss journey, I really wanted to do something a bit more interesting or exciting for my first video, and I just kept putting it off due to perfectionism. You know, I just couldn't think of something quite right to do, and I couldn't get it to be, you know, just as high production value as I'd like it to be. So I just decided to kick that procrastination out the window and just sit in front of the camera and record this and say what I want to say, because that's really what this channel is all about. To be able to share things about myself and what I'm working on, and also to share ideas and connect with other people, and hopefully people can learn some things from me and I can learn some things from other people by, you know, starting this channel and really putting myself out there, because my perfectionism is actually, in reality, it's masking a fear of vulnerability. And this fear of vulnerability has affected so much in my life. It has kept me back professionally. It has prevented me from, you know, having the social life and the social relationships that I've wanted to have. It's kept me from growing as a person past a certain point. Now, you know, I'm so super introverted, so this is really hard for me to sit in front of the camera knowing that I'm going to share this with other people. But it's time. It's time for me to stop waiting for the right moment. It's time for me to wait until I look better, or, you know, I have the right equipment, or, you know, that I fixed every other little issue in my life. Because let's face it, it's never going to be a perfect time. I mean, it's really never a perfect time to begin anything. So here I am. And as I said, this blog primarily is going to be about my weight loss journey to begin. And I started my weight loss journey at the beginning of this year, 2018, and just before the first of the year, I saw my highest number on the scale ever. It was 353 pounds. 353 pounds. And I kind of can't believe I'm saying that to you here. You know, it's something that I've always avoided saying how much I weighed to people, or even, you know, putting it down somewhere. If I got back from the doctor and I had the piece of paper with the number on it, it was like, oh, quick, I gotta hide that before my husband sees it. And it's like, he knows my size. Everybody who knows me, you know, you can look at me and you can tell that I'm very overweight. You know, it's more than just a couple pounds. And yet, for some reason, my own, you know, self-image or self-identity didn't want me to put that at the forefront and be something that I shared with people. But it's really pointless to share. So 353 pounds at the beginning of this year. Over the course of the first month and a half, it was really slow going. I was doing really well for anywhere from 2 days, 5 days, 7 days, and then I would backslide and binge and just kind of go off the rails, and then be like, nope, I gotta, you know, get back in it. And I only lost about 5 pounds over those first 6 weeks. And then starting February 13th, I really kicked things into gear and have been really on it since then. Today is April 2nd, so it's been a little over 6 weeks. And since then, I've lost almost 20 pounds more from what I did originally. So right now I am at 330.4, so I've lost 22.6 pounds so far, which I know it's not a lot, especially percentage-wise, considering what I'm starting off at. But that's kind of a big deal for me. In the past, the longest I have stuck to something was about 6 weeks. And I instantly, you know, went off. As soon as what I was eating wasn't perfect, it was like, oh, that's it. It's out the window. I'm done. And this time, I have had slip-ups. I've had many slip-ups, especially in the beginning. And I've always jumped right back in. And I am 100% committed to this for the long run, not just to lose the weight and get healthy once and for all, but to keep it off and just make this a way of life. You know, I know it probably won't be as encompassing in my life in the future, because hopefully it just becomes more of a passive way of living. And that's my ultimate goal, is to just be able to live and eat and work out like a normal person, so that I know I'll always probably have to work a little harder at my weight than someone who's naturally thin. And that's okay. I understand that, because I've put my body through kind of a lot of hell over the last couple of decades. But now's the time. So I'm, like I said, down 22.6 pounds, and I don't really have a goal weight per se. Just knowing my lowest weight as an adult has been 155, I think. And that was way back when I was about 19 or 20 years old. I had lost 50 pounds. I was starting to look pretty good, and then it all just went out the window. So, and even at that size, I was about a size 14, and still had a ways to go. I was much happier, much healthier, but, still, wasn't even close to where I wanted to be. So I imagine at this point, I'm putting a goal weight as something of under 150. Sometimes I'll write like 140, 145. But I'm not going to hold myself to a number. Once I start losing weight and get to a healthier place and I have a better idea of what I'm going to look like and feel like at a certain weight, then I'll go ahead and decide on that. Because that's really not what's important here. What's important now is my day-to-day decisions. And I'll go into more in another video about, exactly what I'm doing, but it's pretty much just common sense food choices and getting more active, counting calories, and that's kind of it for now. And I'm definitely going to be making more videos on this. The whole weight issue has so many different facets to it. There is, how I got this way, how I feel about being this way, how that's affected me, my motivations for going, what specifically I'm doing, what I've tried, what I haven't, and just kind of going, forward in a series of shorter videos, because it's really easy to make a video go really long. In fact, I think this one's already longer than I wanted it to be. And so you watch out for those videos later on my channel. And I do plan on getting into other topics along the way. Since this is kind of a big thing in my life right now, it'll probably be the prime topic over the next year or so, or maybe even longer. But I'll probably throw in a few things here and there on different topics, because I'm, yes, I'm overweight. And yes, that's my original purpose for starting this channel. But there's so much more about me than that. And there's so many more things that I want to talk about, I want to share ideas on, that I want to hear ideas on. So I don't want to put myself in a box of this is a weight loss journey channel, even though a big portion of it will be, especially in the beginning. And part of me making this video is also another big thing that I'm working on, and that is putting myself out there. Because I have had, as I said earlier, it's been so hard for me, and I just need to find my voice. I really like myself as a person, and my, what goes on in my head, and I have, ideas, and I know that there's so many more things I want to do in my life. And in order for me to be who I want to be, I need to learn how to share what's in here with the rest of the world, whether that be in writing, in teaching, in my job, so many other pieces. So you watch out for some of that as well, because those two pieces are really the number one things I'm working on right now. And the good thing is, because of the format that I'm sharing my weight loss journey in, it's going to be some really hardcore practice in putting myself out there and finding my voice, and being able to translate the me that I know into letting the rest of the world know who I am, because that's been very hard for me to do in the past. But I want to thank you for watching my first video, and hopefully not being too judgmental. And I'd love it if you stick around and watch for future videos and be a part of my journey with me. Bye!